All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's that time. Give yourselves a round of applause, pat yourself on the back. Congratulations for making it to another edition of El Grando Show. Of the El Grando Show, sorry. Um, so here we go. I got a good show for you guys. Um, I've been, it's been a crazy last few days. Um, Up here in Oregon, we just got some snow, and today we're starting to thaw out though, so that's awesome. Yeah, the sun actually poked out today, and so hopefully the next couple days we'll get some more hotter temps, and then the uh, the ice will go away because it turned a lot of it turned to ice because it was it was not cold enough to freeze the or to drop snow, so all the rain just froze, and so it just all turned to ice, which is hazardous. If nobody's been in an ice storm or anything like that, then you don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm talking about. But the ice will actually topple over trees, and and then the trees will knock over some shit because the ice just keeps building up on the branches, and it'll bring down some stuff. And so it's real hazardous. Plus the roads are terrible, and so, but it looks like we're on the end of it, so that should we should be fine here in a couple more days. So I just want to give a quick cheers and salute. Salute, everybody. Like I start the show every time, I just want to want to say I hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's checking up on their loved ones and finding a way, through all this shit. So we are in February, which one of the things that I look forward to during the winter months is the Caribbean World Series, which is a baseball. It's like the World Series, obviously, but it's only played with Caribbean teams. So it's like Puerto Rico, Mexico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Colombia, and I think Trinidad, Tobago. It's only a handful of teams, but it's definitely something I look forward to because it's definitely some good baseball getting played, and I think a lot of people like to go to like spring training, and they'll go. Like Mexico has a winter ball, which a lot of pros go play. And, it's like Dominican Republic too. There's a lot of professional baseball players from the United States go to, back to, wherever they're from in Latin countries. And they'll play ball in the winter, just to keep up you know, their tendencies. So and plus it's great practice because you're playing against other major leaguers. It's not like you're playing against a bunch of scrubs, and so it's awesome to see. I mean, I can remember one year, the Dominican Republic had their whole lineup was nothing but professional players, and needless to say that they won the whole thing that year, and so I didn't get a chance. I only got a chance to watch a couple games, which sucked. But I was from what I can understand is that they almost didn't happen. The Caribbean World Series didn't happen this year because of circumstances, right? Because of the pandemic and whatever, what have you, and so I mean, just to see the Cuban players alone is worth it, worth price of admission. But it was still cool, and so I was watching one of the games, and so they're obviously the games are in Spanish speaking countries. So the commentators are speaking Spanish, which I understand. I can understand Spanish. I can speak Spanish. I'm not fluent, but I can hold a conversation. And I'm just laughing my ass off because like this is kind of a big deal, right? It was a playoff game, and I'm listening to the commentators, and they're not commentating on the game whatsoever. They're basically just talking shit to each other in Spanish. And I think at one point they just like they started talking about the Dodgers for some reason. And anyways, it was like there was no balls and strikes being called. The two guys were basically talking shit about other players on the teams. And the only time they would like comment is if somebody hit an out or something. And even then it was not always, the case. It was just freaking hilarious, and it's comedy, but it's like, a lot of people aren't gonna understand it, because of whatever the language barrier, But it's stupid to see. It's stupid to say that you see the best baseball being played here, because there's a lot of people, a lot of places play baseball, and you might see a player here, but it's but it's just you don't always get to see the best players. Is all I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck's going on outside. It's like a fucking parade going by. Sorry about that. If you guys get any blowback from that, but I can hear it. The fuck is that? I'm sorry. But yeah, it was fucking hilarious. And if you get a chance to watch the Caribbean World Series, by all means, you should definitely do that. I know it's like the World Baseball Classic, when all the teams played here in the United States or wherever the fuck. It's just if you're a fan of baseball, you want to see it played at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy it. I mean, I grew up playing baseball like a lot of kids. You play ball when you're little. And just like the Little League World Series, I always try to catch it. And it really sucks that they're not having one. And so it's always something that I look forward to, and it really sucks that I didn't get a chance to watch more of it. I mean, but it's really good baseball. That's all I'm saying. It's really good baseball, and you might not understand the commentators, but you can understand the rules of the game because the rules haven't changed. It's just a different style. So there's something I wanted to bring up. Something that happened to me recently. I got sick. Like 4 days ago. I got sick and I got scared because I've been sick before, but I haven't been sick during the pandemic. And I kind of freaked out a bit, and it was just one of those things where, like, I've never been. I've always, I've never been afraid of the cold weather. I've lived in a lot worse conditions cold conditions than I have been here. And so the cold never bothered me, but I I and honestly, I almost never get sick, but there is some times where I will fucking, catch one, and I'll be fighting something off. But this whole winter I haven't really had any issues until a few days ago, and I just it's just hard to get sick these days, because you just hear these reports about people dying from COVID in 24 hours from getting it, and I'm like, and it's fucking scary, and I mean, I don't want to fucking die from COVID, and I fucking, I got tested right away, and I got tested twice, and they both came back negative, and so I'm thinking, the, saying my prayers, and by the grace of God, I got through it, and I'm at 99% right now. I'm about 99% right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty over it, but I know what to do when I get sick, because it's not, like I said, it's not my first time getting sick. It's just my first time getting sick during the pandemic, and so that was scary. And but it just, it's different. It's different now. And I my sister-in-law, God bless her, sent me some soup from Portland Kettle, and it was so fucking amazing. And I can't recommend that enough. Portland Kettle, they sell soups, and all their soups are great, and they send you a little piece of cornbread with it, and it's really good. So we're gonna segue right into my top 5 list, okay? Because my top 5 list is the top 5 soups. My top 5 soups or stews, okay? And I know there's a lot of soups, and I know there's a lot of stews, and I don't have a PhD. These are this is my top 5 list. This is my opinion, mine alone. There's no scientific reason for this. I didn't ask 100 people what their opinion was. This is my list, okay? This is my list, and I know there's gonna be some pissed off people who are gonna, they're gonna be like, "Fuck you, fuck chicken noodle soup, motherfucker," and I can't help that. I'm not gonna argue with somebody over chicken noodle soup, okay? So here we go. Top 5 list. Top 5 soups. Top 5 soups, ladies and gentlemen. My number 5 is chicken noodle. Now, I'm just gonna put all these. There's chicken and rice, okay? There's chicken noodle. There's chicken and vegetables. I'm gonna put all these together, because it's a solid number 5, okay? Now, chicken broth is a great antioxidant. It's packed with vitamins. It's super good for you, super healthy to eat anytime, especially on cold nights. Chicken broth is excellent source of antioxidants for your body. So eat some chicken noodle soup today. Number 4 is it's gonna be kind of weird for some people, but if you haven't tried it, you should definitely sub in this for chicken. So it's turkey noodle. Now, turkey is a very different flavor from chicken. The broth, like I said, turkey broth is equally good for you. I think it's a little bit better, actually. But the broth and the meat and everything is a little bit different, and you mix the right noodles into it, it's great. So I'm just gonna say, if you haven't had turkey noodle, you should definitely try it. Number three, I like the spicy. I know there's a lot of chowders out there, but I like the Manhattan clam chowder. I like it better than the white clam chowder. I don't know. I like the I like the New England style clam chowder, but I just once I tried the Manhattan, it was over. I when I was first coming up in restaurants, we made a lot of soups, and this was one of them. And I can remember it would sell out, because we rotate the soups, so we'd have a soup on all the time, right? And I remember when this one would come on, it would sell out really quick, and there's a good reason for it, because it was fucking delicious. The Manhattan clam chowder, for sure. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's fucking delicious. Number two is more of a stew. Number two is more of a stew, but it's a beef and potato stew. You can beef broth is really good for you as well. Any kind of bone broth is really good for you. You throw in the potatoes, you throw in the carrots. You make a nice roux. You can throw some rice in there. It's hard to bunch the beef chunks and beef stews into the same category, because I know there's a lot of different beef stews, but beef and potatoes is the most basic one that I can say that is you can make a lot of different ways, and they're really good every way. So that's my number two. Number one, I didn't have a problem with my number one whatsoever. I knew exactly what my number one was when I started making it, and it is Mexican style pozole, and it's more of a stew. It's made with beef and a chili broth and hominy, and you throw cabbage in it after the fact, and radishes, onions, little cilantro, and it's there's nothing like it. Now I understand that I live in a part of the world where that knows what it is, and I understand that there's a lot of people in the world who've never had it, so they're not gonna understand it. But I will tell you right now that my mother makes the best pozole in the motherfucking world, and I hope that I get to try it again sometime. And there's going to be a lot of Mexican Americans that are going to tell you the same thing, that their moms make the best pozole. But they may be right. They may be right. But I'll never know, because I will not eat any other pozole but my mom's. And some people might think that's dumb or whatever, but that's just how I feel about it. I feel that strongly about it that I probably won't try anybody else's. So but it's like I said, it's a different. I'm not gonna give away too much, but the slice of beef and the how you cook it is the technique you use is goes into a lot about what the result is. Like, you can't just throw any kind of meat in there. It's a specific type. It's a specific cut. The way you cook your hominy. The way that you cook your broth and everything in it. And it's really simple, right? It's a chili broth, but it has chunks of beef and hominy. But then you add a bunch of, you can put a bunch of toppings on it, which makes it like just pop, And it's super satisfying. We make it for, we don't make it for special occasions, but we definitely make it when we know that there's a lot of family. Because when somebody makes a pot of pozole, it's usually a huge pot. Like a huge pot, and it's gonna take up like 2 burners on your stove. You know what I mean? Because it's but that's how we make it. You know, it's just like when you make chicken broth. You don't just throw chunks of chicken in it. You throw the whole chicken in it. That's the only way you can get the full flavor of chicken broth. You throw the whole chicken. Like, I learned that long time ago. Long time ago. If you're gonna make chicken broth, you need the whole chicken, not just pieces of it. Okay, and I'll give you that one for free, y'all. That's for free. So definitely pozole. I know you can probably maybe find some in cans somewhere, but I can honestly say I probably tasted the best pozole in the world. All right, so that was we are chugging along here. We are chugging along. Top 5 list done. That was quick. I want to give some shout outs real quick. I want to give some shout outs to people who are self-made, because like me, like I've had to fight for everything that I've had, right? Nobody's ever given me a shot to be a leader or to lead. Nobody's ever, looked at me and said, we're going to put a lot of, we're going to put a lot on your shoulders, and you're going to have to carry us. Nobody's ever given me a shot, but I've always wanted to be that guy. I've always wanted a shot, So, and I just want to give a shout out to people who's made something of themselves, who's never, had anybody try to look out for them. And, like nobody, there's a lot of people who don't want to see me succeed, and it's not that they don't want to see me succeed. They just know that I'm not gonna, So they don't put any kind of stock into my opinion, because they know that it's not worth it. So I just want to give a shout out to people who've made it and who's tried to be that guy, to be the leader, to give themselves a shot at trying to be at whatever they wanted, what their dreams were, because I do feel like a lot of people, they get they they're just in the right place at the right time, and so they're in the room when somebody says, well, we need somebody to fill these shoes, and you're just there, and you're be like, well, fuck, okay, well, I'll do it, and it's not that people don't want to see you do good. It's just that circumstances are against you from the get-go. You don't have the right look, you don't have enough money, you're not tall enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not whatever, and somebody's always going to find a flaw in you. You know what I'm saying? So who's ever made it without getting a shot from somebody, give yourselves a pat on the back. Because ain't nobody's giving me a shot. Nobody. I've had to make my way through this world self-made. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I've learned, I've had to teach myself. Nobody's taught me shit. Not my teachers, not my elders, nobody. Nobody gave me a shot to live this far. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, for me, that's a win. Because I don't live in my fucking mom's basement. My bills are paid. And I'm trying to better myself, That's what I'm saying. A lot of people have a lot of things against them, and a lot of people have had to fight for everything that they have, and some people are still fighting. You know, so just keep fighting, guys. That's all I gotta say. You know, keep trying to get to the next level, cause that's what we gotta do. You know. All right. I just want to give another shout out to, like I said, I don't got really, I don't have shit to do. You know, I just had some free time, so I watched a lot of movies and I listened to a lot of podcasts. Um, I stumbled upon this movie called Space Sweeper. It's a Korean movie. It wasn't anything that I thought it was gonna be. And I was like, holy shit. And I was just like, fuck. And I was blown away. I was fucking blown away of how crazy it was. And it's, I think ever since like Parasite, it's like the Korean movies have just been like, I've been like researching more Korean movies, and they're really good. And even like some of the early shit that producer did, they're all really good movies. And I'm glad I got a chance to check that movie out. It's called Space Sweeper. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's fucking dope. It's got, like a lot of Korean movies, it's got a really crazy point of view about the world. And so it's just really cool to see, like, the Korean filmmakers are just blowing up right now. There's a lot of Koreans that out of nowhere, it seems that they're just really shining, and it really sucks that who knows what would have came out, if we weren't all locked down on, in the pandemic. We're actually able to watch fucking movies in the theater again. Because there's so many directors and so many movies out there, and so we only hear about the ones that make it, right? So another one that I came across was Bliss on Amazon, and I was another movie that I didn't, was nothing like what I thought it was gonna be, and the message behind it, and it was just crazy. I was blown away by what was happening, and I couldn't really believe it. Like, it was like part fantasy, part like drama and comedy and tragedy. It was just it just kept you guessing. So it was definitely different. Definitely different. Owen Wilson and Selma Hayek. It's called Bliss on Amazon. And so Owen Wilson, I think he owns a production company in Santa Barbara, and I know him and his brother have been doing it for a long time. I've seen them. You know what? I haven't met them, but I've seen them in Santa Barbara one time, and it was him and his brother. So yeah, I mean they're great, and I thought Owen did a great job, and he doesn't really do like drama like this. He usually does the comedy thing, but this was real different for him, and I thought he did great. And so I know it was really, it was difficult. It's a difficult role, but I thought he killed it. I thought they both killed. Definitely something different from both of those people, and I'm glad I got a chance to check it out. Awesome movie. All right. So we're going to segue right into my last story here. So, speaking of Santa Barbara, I was I listen to a lot. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, right? I listen to a lot of King and the Sting, and they were talking about on their last episode. They were talking about Taco Bell, For I really don't remember how they got into the Taco Bell subject, but it was like it was real crazy, and it made me think about my Taco Bell story because I got one. So at the time I was working in Santa Barbara. Taking a quick time out. This was 2013, I think. Yeah, 2014, right around there. It was right before I came up here, and I was driving from Ventura to Santa Barbara. For people in Wisconsin, Santa Barbara is about an hour north of Ventura. But there's only like one freeway up and down. So if you get on the freeway in Santa Barbara or Ventura, like past 4 or 3, you'll be stuck in traffic for at least 40 minutes. So an hour ride's gonna take you about 2 hours, hour 45 minutes. And it's more like it's not quite an hour. It's more like 40-50 minutes. But anyways, we're like splitting fucking hairs. Anyways, one night, I get off of work and I just got my ass kicked at the restaurant, up in Santa Barbara. And so all I want to do is eat some food and pass the fuck out, because but it's super late. It's like 2 a.m, right? So there ain't nothing open but fast food chains. Nothing open but Taco Bell. And there was one right around the block from where I was staying at the time. So I go. So about 2:30 in the morning by the time I get to the one by my place. And I go to the drive-thru. And as soon as I get into the drive-thru and to the speaker, a fire truck pulls in and blocks the entrance to the drive-thru. And another ambulance comes up and stops right in front of the drive-thru. And I'm talking to the guy on the speaker, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" He's like, "You gotta hold on, sir." And so there was a car in front of me, and so the ambulance gets out, and they start working on the guy who was in front of me, who was like, at the time he was already at the window, like giving money, getting his order, and so. And this is 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And the guy's like, "Sir, the car at the window, the guy just had a heart attack, and I think he died." And I'm like, "You're fucking joking." And to make a long story short, I didn't get any food that night. The fire truck that was blocking the way stood there for another hour. So I was in my car in the drive-thru at the fucking Taco Bell for an hour. I didn't get home in my bed till about 3:30, and I was so fucking pissed because I didn't get any Taco Bell. And I was but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Taco Bell isn't the best thing to eat. It seems like a lot of their business is like, you know, 2 in the morning when there ain't shit open. You know, you go to Taco Bell, you get some tacos, you know, get a couple of burritos, and you know whatever, and it's the shit because it's like you're drunk as fuck and it's 3 in the morning. You will definitely have diarrhea the next day. You are gonna have diarrhea so bad the next day, and you know it's just like, you know, Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box ain't no good for you, but you get it because it's cheap and you're drunk. So you're like, fuck it, let's get some Taco Bell or Jack in the Crack. So gross. I don't even think that's meat. I don't even think they use meat. It's like a meat substitute. It's fucking gross. Don't eat that shit. Don't eat Taco Bell. What's wrong with you guys? All right. So that's my time. Wow, it's a quick one today. I think I got it all in. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't know if I don't think I missed anything. All right, I give a shout out to my sister-in-law for giving me soup, for buying me soup. She doesn't even live in my state. She called it in, and that was so cool of her. That was great. Yeah, maybe I'll, you know, as far as the pandemic goes, more and more people that I know are getting vaccinated. You know, like family members, you know, friends of friends. You know, it's it's moving along. You know, I just you know, it's hard to put a timeline on a lot of things because, I mean, like vaccinations, because I know that there's other places that are not doing as good as Oregon is doing, because I know that in Oregon right now we have more people vaccinated than we have infected. So yeah, we never broke. As far as I understand, we're still at like 180,000 who've got COVID, and the deaths are going down. They've been going down for a while now, which is like why the governor lifted the restaurant restrictions. But like, you look at that and you compare it to California, you know, I know that they have a ways to go, and I know that, you know, from what I've seen, you know, they are vaccinating. Their vaccinations are going around pretty good, pretty smooth. But they need it. They need it bad. California is like, but from what I hear, California vaccinations are rolling out with, you know, with the gusto, you know. So they're looking to turn a corner, you know. But I wish I had more data on other places. You know, Washington looks like they're gonna start to open up, and you know, Oregon, we're definitely, you know, I would love to say that we're gonna be fully opened up in the next few months, but you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, as far as the vaccinations go, I know that we were told that we wouldn't get vaccinated. I mean, like regular people, until August. But if the Johnson vaccine gets approved, which I thought it was, then we should be, you know, getting a lot more, you know, vaccinations. So that's something very positive. Like I said, I know more and more people are getting vaccinated. So, at what point are we going to reach like herd immunity? Because they're if their bubble is protected, or and then that makes a bigger bubble, and soon we're all going to be in the same bubble. Because I can I wish it would change as fast as the pandemic came. But it does seem like more people that I know are getting vaccinated, that I know personally. So I just want to say that, whatever you can do to help the process out, you should definitely do it, because it seems like things are happening pretty fast, and it's really cool to see. And what else can I say about that? I hope that everybody's like is in the same kind of predicament where they know people that are getting vaccines, because it's real cool when you hear about older relatives getting vaccinated. It's like, wow, that's great. I mean, like, when I found out that my mother had gotten vaccinated, I was like, wow, that's fucking awesome. Because she's retired. She's not a frontline worker, but she's still older than she's at the age where she can qualify to get a vaccine, and so she got one. And I was like, well, fucking, that's great, And not just her, because a couple like of my brothers are frontline workers, so they got their vaccines. So it was all, and it all just happened real quick too, like boom, 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 boom. Vaccinate. So it's pretty cool. So I gotta say, because I was definitely checking on my mom. I would be like, hey, so have you checked on when you can get vaccinated, and when are you gonna try and do it? And so when she told me that she got vaccinated, I was like, wow, it's great. I thought it was quick too, because it was just boom, she just showed the card, and I was like, wow, that's great, because I know they're rolling out. So it's really cool. All right, guys, I think that's my time. So this is for King and the Sting. Brandon. Wait, time out. I just started. I don't know why I can't. I smoke way too much weed. Right. I couldn't think of his name, so this one's for Theo Vaughn and Brendan Schaub for King and the Sing. Would you rather fight an elephant-sized chicken or a hundred elephants the size of chickens? Would you rather fight an elephant-sized chicken or 100 elephants the size of chickens? That's for everybody. That's not just for King and the Sting. That's for everybody. Anyways, congratulations, everybody. I'm making it this far. Give yourselves a round of applause. So we're going to wrap it up. Y'all be good. I'll be around. All right. We'll see you next time. Y'all be good. One love. Peace. One love.